quick thank you to Bandai Namco Europe for the screenshot. Once again, I'm late again, but more importantly, it's time to talk about the season. Review it, how do I feel about it, and what would I say for my final verdict. Enough talk, let me get into the Season 8 review. The main selling point of the My Hero Ultra Rumble season, that is the character and quirk skill set that it brings. Season 8 offers Nejire Hado and Red Drive Kirishima as the anchors of the season. Enough chit chat and let me talk about them. Starting off the season is Nejire Hado. What do I have to say about her? Well, I find her mostly boring to play, with a few things I like about her, so I'll start off with the positives. First of all, I like her melee combo into Alpha when the opponent has no shield. Then she has jumping melee into Alpha or Beta. Then finally jumping melee into melee Alpha, which knocks over the opponent. So she has a decent variety of combos. Next up is the way she wants to approach her fight. Maybe she wants to use her special action first, or maybe she wants to use her gamma to just go straight upwards to get vertical height on her opponent to blast them from above. Either way, I do like that decision making in the fight. And finally, I like the tech that she has. When you're floating, tapping X, you can go a little faster while saving more meter for your special action, which is also pretty cool. But finally, that's the things that I have to say positive about her, because when you do get vertical high on your opponent and blast them from above, it's just so easy. My main issue that I find boring with her is that she feels so safe to play. Not only do you have the height advantage on your opponent, with her beta she can just knock you down while being in the air safe and sound. She can easily catch a wake up with the beta to just continue the cycle. Let's say you are pressured while in the air, you can either go higher if you have a level 4 gamma to just go higher, or maybe since you're just in the skies you could just run away. So this character just feels really safe to play and I don't ever feel threatened really. But that's all I have to say negative about Nejire. I just find her boring. Next up is Red Drive Kirishima. Kirishima's quirk skill set, and from what I tested on Training Mode, he's a pretty fun character with some cool combos and some interesting tech. Now starting off with his combos, he has Beta Alpha, Alpha Alpha, then finally Alpha Gamma. But there's some interesting tech behind this, to where it's like if you use Alpha and the Gamma in the right position, you can get double damage. And even the Gamma itself is pretty cool. The fact that you can just aim it at a wall and can bounce to hit an opponent still, even if you don't aim for them. Then he also has cool animation cancels with his Alpha and Beta, to where if you do the Alpha in the air and just cancel it just right while using Beta, you could carry yourself through the air slightly to make you move slightly faster. This is a pretty fun and interesting character, but too bad I don't have him. Next up is an old classic from My Hero Ultra Rumble. Their Pro license contained the usual roll tickets, agency points, hero crystals, gallery pieces, voice lines, and an emote with a description name like this for some reason. But thanks to the tuning system, there's some new stuff in here. Special tuning enhancement slot parts for your PUR outfits, so you can upgrade your main tuning skill abilities. Then you also got slot unlock keys, to where for your PUR outfits you can unlock auras from this stuff, which is awesome. Not only the outfits, for the Pro license, level 15, you get Nejire's Yui Winter uniform. Then level 25 for the Hero license, you get Tsuyu's Yui tracksuit. Then for your final outfit, at level 35 for the Pro license, you get Mirio's Yui Winter uniform Heat edition. So that was the Season 8 license. Sadly, I'm a little disappointed with the costumes this time around. I like the Yui Winter uniform, and I'm happy to see Nejire get a free skin, unlike President Mike who's still suffering, but I'm just a little tired of seeing the Yui uniforms like the Summer and Winter variants in the license. It also doesn't help when there's another Yui Winter uniform in the license, and I'm not a fan of the color variant. Blue is just a better color, let's be honest here. But one outfit I really like that's in this license is the Yui tracksuit. It looks great. Happy to see you got it. Hopefully they give it to the other 6 characters that participated in the sports festival who had it on. Like, naming 3 off the top of my head, that being Kendo, Shiozaki, and Momo. Another plus for this license is adding the tuning parts, like for the PUR slots and slot keys, that makes grinding for this stuff a little easier. And also, it just helps you upgrade stuff without having to summon to earn Hero Souls to buy this from the shop. I really like what they added to the license, which just gives you more useful stuff. Like, for example, gold is not really used that much, but hey, you have more of a use for slot keys and enhancement parts, because you can use it for a character you like, so that's awesome. But one thing I wish they added to the license more was the special tuning enhancement part, not for PUR skins, but for regular skins. And the tuning enhancement part that just helps your character more. It's weird why this stuff isn't in here, and it would just make it more accessible. Tuning. But I'm not a big fan of tuning. I find some aspects of it fun, but I'm not the biggest fan of it, which is my next section since I'm talking about it so much. I really like the license, but now it's on to tuning. Now I'm on the bug fixes and buffs and nerfs. I'll be starting off with bug fixes, one of them being to where Hawks can finally use the jump pad and he won't feel the jump action that occurs from it. Next up is overall to where he had the bug with Mirio's Gamma to where whenever he threw his alpha at it, it would just randomly disappear, so that's good. Then finally they fixed the bug with Kaminari to where he wasn't properly stunning people. And finally bug fixes to where they finally fixed C's grounded beta to where it won't just phase through an opponent anymore. Now on the buff, to where they actually buffed Shiozaki special action to where she has 2 revives now, but they did nerf the reload speed on this, which is understandable. Now on to some nerfs for Kendo. They actually nerfed her alpha damage at all levels. They actually buffed her beta to where now it has increased durability at all levels, increased the reload speed when the shield breaks, and is allowed to be aimed vertically now, which is kind of weird, but hey, I'm happy she got it. Then they also nerfed her Gamma to where it's also reduced damage at all levels. They buffed Catastrophe Shiki, now the dash range is further at level 1 through 8. Then, for Shoto Todoroki, his Gamma has reduced post-activation cooldown time, and they reduced the movement after activation. Endeavor had an alpha buff to where at level 1 through 8 it does slightly more damage. They buffed his beta to where at level 1 through 3 he has 2 stocks of it, and at level 4 it comes back faster. And finally his special action buff, when you're flying it takes less charge. Hawks' alpha will receive a change to where it will no longer home in through an obstacle. The beta will get a damage nerf, increase the flying duration and free flight stance, reduce gauge consumption for melee attacks during free flight, change it so enemies hit by the melee attacks during free flight will be blown away in a single attack, change so the reload does not start until he lands on the ground, increase gauge consumption while activating the skill, and they nerfed this special action to where it takes more gauge now. They changed Technical Toga's Gamma to where it no longer homes in through an obstacle anymore. They did this very same change for Dabi's Alpha, technical variant. Another buff for Technical Dabi is that they shortened the penalty reload time for his Shadow Fires at all levels. Technical Dabi's final buff was to his Gamma to where the stock is not used up when he's hit out of it or slips off a ledge. They changed Technical Todoroki's Alpha to where the projectile follows the reticle's position at the moment of firing instead of a button press. They buffed his beta to where the number of rounds is increased at all levels, so he has 3 stocks now. Decreased the reload speed, so they nerfed it. Then made it to where he can climb the ice walls now. Up to the final set of buffs in there, so where they buffed Strike Bakugo's alpha damage at all levels and gave it an extra stock at level 4 and 9, which is pretty cool. They buffed Aizawa's beta damage at all levels as well, while also nerfing overall alpha damage at all levels, while also nerfing his special action reload speed, so it takes longer to come back, and that is everything in Season 8. This season had really good buffs and nerfs, which I'm happy to say because the recent seasons have just disappointed me in this regard. Season 7, looking at you. But going on to my favorite buffs, Endeavor getting 2 spears is really awesome. It gives her more options in early games. Ibara getting 2 revives makes her a more potent support character. It makes her more unique since she's the only support character that has that. Strike Bakugo getting an extra stock and damage on his alpha is nice to see after they nerfed him, so it's good to see him get this love. Then them buffing Technical Todoroki to where he has 3 betas now, but doing a good job nerfing it to where it has less cooldown speed, or they decrease the cooldown speed. And speaking of nerfs, the nerf they did to Hawks was pretty good, or I just say good, because yeah, he's still a really strong character who can just escape a fight, but you can really feel that they wanted to take him down a peg, unlike Strike Dabi to where they just nerfed his alpha. But yeah, I don't want to ramble on too long about this season's balance patch. Just know I am very pleased with it. Tuning was introduced in Season 8, and a pretty big addition that will stay with My Hero Ultra Rumble for quite a while. Now, I have my issues with it, and some fun moments with it, so I fall in the middle point of how I feel on tuning. It's fine, but for right now, I'm going to start with the negatives. Starting off with some of my dislikes for tuning, the fact that I can't use certain tuning slots all because I don't have that character / quirk skill set is stupid, and just limits me for no reason. This example will go to Assault Shigaraki to where I didn't want to summon for him, I wanted to save my tickets. There's this one Dabi skin color I like for his costumes I want to tune it, but guess what? I had to leave the special tuning slot empty because I don't have Assault Shigaraki, and that's stupid. Another problem that also ties into Assault Shigaraki is the fact that the villain special tuning slots are so limited. You have 1 Assault villain, 2 Strike villains, then 2 Rapid villains. Now, I don't want to harp on this too hard since it's more so a problem with Ultra Rumble's lack of villains. Ending tuning on a positive note, I like the creativity it offers. This example being my Ibarra build, to where I wanted to go with a build where I can survive longer. So I put on Revenge Assault and Revenge Support, to where when my shield breaks, I get a defense boost and I start healing. And I like that. Maybe you can be different and choose a more aggressive build, to where it's like, alright, I choose Revenge Strike and Revenge Technical, so I do more damage and I get boosted cooldown speed. Or, another example, you could be more of a support with your special tuning abilities, like my Deku build, to where not only do I use Overall's ability because it pairs well with this special action, so when I pick up down allies and put them down, they get healing plus shield back. And that's awesome that a special tuning skill can work with a special action like that, which gives it more viability. Then some of the special tuning skills are just pretty wacky. Like, for example, Suyu's, to where you go invisible when your ally's downed. Or another example that I like about this, Muriel's special tuning ability, to where you can just have that on, and since you want to open a big chest, you're practically invincible since you're not fighting people. That's cool and creative stuff that special tuning offers. But that's all I have to say for tuning. I don't want to make this too long since I feel like tuning deserves its own video. Before I go on to my final thoughts on the season, I would like to talk about the things I got throughout the season, starting off with costumes. First up is Santa Aizawa, a really good skin that I'll be rocking for quite a while. Next up, Santa All Might, which is a little lazy. Not only is his hero costume under his Santa outfit, which kind of distracts the holiday theme, the fact that he does have a Santa beard is a missed opportunity to me. Next up, I pulled Santa Claus Deku, a nice looking skin. Then I got Todoroki's hero outfit alpha version, which I just like the cyber hero outfit more, so I won't rock this. I pulled Festival Bakugo, which I'm just putting it on to put it on, honestly. But Cyberpunk Dabi, that's my favorite skin in the game. It's too cool. With the little jacket that he has on, with the pouch, then you got the flame symbol on his back, and then I got the blue aura for it. It just fits, bro. Then I managed to max out Hoodie Dabi's aura list, so I got the purple aura without using the tuning stuff. Then the final thing I earned was Technical Shoto Todoroki, a fun quirk skill set.
Give up.
Now that I'm finally here, what is my final ranking to Season 8? A 6.8. I have to say this season was pretty good. I love the changes that they did to rank, to where when your allies disconnected before the match even starts, they get rid of the entry cost discount so you aren't punished as hard. Then they also made it to where on the second map the Nezu boxes are easier to break while also having a higher chance to drop civilians. Thank you, because it was kind of annoying to just break those boxes. Finally, the costumes were really good this season. I love Cyberpunk Dabi. He's easily top 3 in the entire game. Then you also got Santa Aizawa, which is also really good. The character Nejire is a little lackluster to me, boring, but Kirishima is a really good quirk skill set, fun to watch, and I want to learn him more, but I don't have him. And the season had a pretty good start. If you count tuning as like a bad part of the start, which I don't really count it because I just didn't know it, so I just didn't care about it. But this season, unlike season 5 and 7, had a really good start, which also helped it out in tuning. That holds back the season a little to me. I don't like it, but I don't hate it. It's fine to me. Overall, the season was just pretty good. Good balance changes. Nothing else to say more. Just enjoy this final Nejire match and enjoy your time in Season 9.
people might want to become heroes.
Hello.
What you doing?
I'm beat.
Thanks so much. Nope, no can do.